Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the one being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. Throwing, Haener. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked off.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. That's Daron Payne with a sack that time.
And every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. Up the middle, it's Williams. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
At the 39-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and a couple. First carry for the Oregon State man, Jamar Jefferson.
Holding offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Haener here from the gun. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Jonathan Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
So on 4th down, on is Lou Hedley to punt for New Orleans. Dax Milne deep for Washington. This is taken at the 50. The ball comes out. And this is picked up by the Saints. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we drop. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And now as we get toward the home stretch here, the regular season, Charles, let's take a look at the list of key inactives for them in this one.
Yeah, and after almost a full season of physical games, you know you're going to have some guys missing during the final weeks of the season. Nature of how we play this sport. Every team, you've got to be prepared to handle them. And the teams that focus on handling it, focus on guys getting ready to play even if they're not starters, those are the ones that weather the storm.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go with them early and often. Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
And no excitement, unless you're on the defensive team of last week, in his numbers. Because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
So certainly a defensive mistake here in the first quarter, getting hit with a roughing the passer call.
And that hurts not just because of the yardage you gave up and give them a fresh set of downs, but that brought the home crowd into this one. And when you go on the road, your job is to silence the crowd, not energize them.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. This defense for the Saints, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. You look at the Saints defense, and they come into this one down at the 27th position in the league, Charles, against the run.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to get the football back at their own 17. He just joined the double-digit party with that last pick. He now has 10 on the season.
And that takes a great amount of skill, study, a tad bit of luck. But bottom line, he's had a heck of a season.
And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take.
All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down. Painter from the gun on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. They'll start out here with the option left. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And they put it on the ground here on the 2nd drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves. But maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it's the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into a little lackadaisical because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
Painter will throw on 1st down. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The Saints at 5-10 now on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. Haener sets to throw it. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Yeah, and on third down, you know those pass rushers, they're in the starter's block. They're just waiting for the pistol to fire. You can almost hear the defensive coaches on the sideline pre-snap. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Really good job there of identifying it and making the play to force 4th down.
They'll run for it. It's Jefferson. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. 3-0 after 1 on EA. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw is Haener. Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. 1, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Play action. Here's Haener to throw. They'll roll him out right. And the step will come inside the 5 at the 4. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the 2nd half of this contest.
He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, you have to be aware defensively that you've got 2 goals because obviously you're trying to prevent the touchdown, but you're also trying to keep it from getting a first down as well. That time they weren't up to the task, and it's 1st and goal.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
And they'll run again, but he will not get to the goal line. In fact, he won't get to the line of scrimmage as they push him back to the 2. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Michael Thomas, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints add 6 to their lead. The point after, good by Grupe. And the lead grows to 10-0. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together. They've got a chance of coming out with the W.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for a first. And, Charles, you look at this defense. They were a very loose group coming into the week, knowing they kind of had the upper hand going into this one, taking on a team that hasn't won in a month and a half.
And that works well for you if you establish your dominance early in the game against a team that's struggling. But if somehow they fashion some plays together early, knock them back on their heels, that looseness can be used against them. And then they're trying to scramble to make sure they get their game right.
A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The New Orleans offense set to take over. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 26 big yards on that one. It's another first down.
And the Saints first down.
Out of the gun, here's a give to Jefferson. To about the 26 here.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. He completes it to Olave. Touchdown! Chris Olave. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints are able to widen their advantage. Groupie able to add the PAT. And that makes our score 17-0.
Commanders nothing.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. And we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
On first down, it's gone. Quick slant to Brown. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and
Gone.
At the Saints.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action. It's gone. And that one into the hands of Brown downfield. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A gain of 32 that time. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Throwing again is Goff. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
And good yardage there on first down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively, or it could have gone for more.
Here's Goff. Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Commanders are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Chris Olave heads back to the field as his guys get set for another possession. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise, he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. This one deep for Wilson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
They'll throw now on the final play. His throw incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. Back to Robinson now on first down. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Goff now looking to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. From the 41, here's a 2nd down and 6.
2nd and 6.
Goff now looks to throw. And yet again, it's McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 41 yards. And the Commanders have cut it back within a score. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. When they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. Extra point try now from Dicker. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it's finished off by a Terry McLaurin touchdown. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a first down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen, because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
Tackled by Darrell Taylor.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try and run for this with Jefferson. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right, they need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. Now here's a throw that's complete. He's got room to roam. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Haener. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jake Haener taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Saints are able to add on to that lead. The point after, good by Grupe. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, We just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter and continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time?
They were really good on the last drive. Goff's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Goff now to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Let's go now. Let's go.
1st and 10, Haener going to the air. Tries the left side and finds Olave. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
16 yards. And the Saints first down.
Straight ahead with Jefferson. Shedding the tackle. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack.
And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And the Commanders are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Big yardage that time for Washington. 44 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Commanders are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
We're getting set up for what should be a great 4th quarter. This has been a hard-hitting game because both teams have punched and counter-punched equally well. And here's a good finish to this drive. A touchdown run here late in the 3rd quarter.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8. That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
Back now at FedEx Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Haener here to throw it. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. He was close to filling with that sideline, but able to stay in bounds like you know his coach wants him to do and keep that clock moving.
Isn't it funny that we're watching this play when we had that discussion just yesterday about this? What do you do in this scenario? What do you know, what's your mindset? It appeared to me that he'd totally forgotten that he needed to stay in bounds, and then the last second, oh no, I better get down. And he ended up doing the right thing. But at that point, maybe close to let this slip away.
They get 9 yards there, and they get a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Saints first down.
They run play action with Haener. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Jared Tillery running in there and setting him down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking the lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Now flags will come in. And I think this is against the Saints up front. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
A give up the middle to Jefferson. There he goes, right side. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 84 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, you have to be careful about where and he'll score! Touchdown, New Orleans! Jalen Camp, his first touchdown on the year. And the Saints are able to build on to their fourth quarter lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And the Washington offense heading out. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Meanwhile, Goff's throw into the hands of McLaurin. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
To throw is Goff. Here's a screen for Robinson. Only 3 there on the screen at second down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And 7 at their 48-yard line.
Now Goff. A throw left side caught here by the tight end Bates. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 40. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Again, Goff. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
First down. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
On first and 10, Goff. And it's caught on the deflection. And this is going to be a touchdown. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here comes Michael Thomas and the rest of the Saints offense. Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation, the catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And it's funny because some of these receivers are very vocal about how much they're getting it. Others are quieter, but they still let you know, give me the ball, I'm going to make a play.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be second and a couple. On the handoff, it's Jefferson. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. And able to work his way down to the 16. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Another run on second down, trying to cover up. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they'll go right back to Jefferson. And shedding through the tackle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
On second down, a run with Jefferson. And he will have a Saints first down. It has been a struggle, but it's looking like that'll be the one to seal a victory for him. Now, I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right, where you are. That's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction. All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Well, this ball game was close throughout. Remember, it was neck and neck at intermission, neck and neck.